What if Derrick Rose never got injured? Now, we all know the story of D Rose, obviously the youngest MVP in NBA history, but after that, his knees really fell apart, maybe to a result of Tibbs playing him way too many minutes, and now you can see with the Knicks in 2024, the same thing happening with OG, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart was injured. I mean, Tibbs is playing his players the whole 48 minutes, basically the entire game his starters play. But what if Derrick Rose never got injured and had a full healthy career in the NBA? How good would he be? Would he be a top 5 point guard of all time? I don't have those answers, but we are going to be finding out here in NBA 2K24 as we have a rookie Derrick Rose on the Chicago Bulls, 20 years old, 81 overall to start off, and it looks like the Bulls drafted Rondo and Peja Stojakovic, so we do have some nice pieces. I mean, Rondo is only 22 years old. One of these guys are going to have to go to shooting guard, but to start off, it's not a bad roster here in Chicago. Hopefully we can win some games in D Rose's rookie season. Now for the entire NBA, Jimmy D and LeBron are the best players at a 97. Kobe's up there at a 96. KG is a 94. We also have a prime Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas, and Carmelo Anthony. So we are going to go ahead, simulate or re-simulate Derrick Rose's entire career and see how good he ends up here in NBA 2K24. Now if you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video that I put out. And now let's see how good D Rose could be, where he ends up on the all-time rankings. So LeBron James will go on and win the MVP, averaging 28, 10, and 8. Russell Westbrook will be the Rookie of the Year. Raymond Felton, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Now for D Rose, in his rookie season, he's not going to make any of the All-NBA teams, but he would make the All-Rookie team, averaging 17, 2, and 4. So an okay rookie year, not the greatest. Obviously, only averaging 17 points, barely any rebounds, and barely any of assists as well. Now, for the Chicago Bulls, we were dead last in the entire NBA, 16 and 66, an absolutely horrible record, the worst team in the league by far. Cleveland was the 1 seed in the East, and the Houston Rockets in the West, who have Steve Francis, Manu Ginobili is there, Amari Stoudemire, and Yao Ming. And the Utah Jazz will go on and win the title. Gilbert Arenas is your finals MVP as they defeat the Magic in 6 games. Shaq is going to retire after 17 years. Nick Van Exel is gone. Brent Barry also has retired. Grant Hill is out of here. So the Chicago Bulls are going to get James Harden, 1st overall, 78 overall shooting guard. Steph Curry will go to the Wizards, Blake Griffin to the Kings, Ricky Rubio to the Hawks, Joe Ingles to the Mavs, and Brandon Jennings to the Lakers. D Rose now is up at an 88 overall, still very young at 21 years old. He might end up still being the youngest MVP in history. Rondo's up at an 87. Elton Brand, we picked him up. He's an 87. We also have a young James Harden who's only 78 overall, but eventually he will grow into a very good scorer. And this roster, honestly, is a lot better than last season. Hopefully, we do not absolutely fold and become the worst team in the entire NBA. Kevin Durant's going to win the MVP, damn near averaging 35 a game. Steph Curry will be the Rookie of the Year. Salim Stoudemire, the 6th man, and AK-47, the DPOY. And for Derrick Rose, he will make the 2nd team, averaging 24, 5, and 7. So a big improvement compared to his rookie year. He'll be alongside Gilbert, Tim Duncan, Chris Bosh, and Yao Ming. Meanwhile, the Bulls are not going to make the playoffs. We went 41 and 41, literally 500, just barely missing the playoffs. Orlando is the 1 seed in the East, and the OKC Thunder in the West, who, I mean, most likely going to dominate this simulation. They literally always do. Actually, no, they might not, because we now have James Harden, so they don't have the big 3 there. And the Houston Rockets will go on and win the NBA championship. Amari Stoudemire is your finals MVP as they defeat the New York Knicks. Boogie Cousins will go to the Portland Trailblazers, Gordon Hayward to the Mavs, John Wall to the Nets, Evan Turner will go to the Pacers, and PG-13 will fall all the way down to the Boston Celtics. D Rose now is up to a 92 overall, still 22 years old, very young in the league. Rondo is an 89, Brand's an 87, and Harden is up to an 83. KD is going to go ahead and win another MVP. John Wall will be the Rookie of the Year. PG, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Now, D Rose will make the first team, averaging 29, 6, and 8. Literally an MVP candidate and an All-NBA first team type player. As the Bulls are going to go 51 and 33, a big improvement since D Rose got here. 2nd seed in the East behind the Knicks and the Jazz in the West, who won 59 games. Kevin Durant is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 29 a game, followed by D Rose, who was literally right behind him. Melo averaged 28. Russell Westbrook was up there, as well as Chris Paul, who was averaging 26 and 11. And in our very first playoff run, we are going to lose to the the Orlando Magic in 6 games in the second round. Honestly, not embarrassing. We won a playoff series. We beat LeBron and the Cavs in round number 1, and obviously the Magic do have a good team. As the New York Knicks will go all the way, winning the title, Joakim Noah is your finals MVP, averaging 11 and 15 as they dominated Minnesota. Kawhi Leonard will go first overall to the Houston Rockets. Klay Thompson to the Pistons. Kyrie will go to the Sixers. Nikola Vucevic to the Nuggets, Kemba Walker to the Lakers, Jimmy Butler will go to the Atlanta Hawks. Derrick Rose, now at 23 years old, is a legit top 5 player in the entire league. 95 overall, Rondo's an 89, Harden already is up to an 88, and Elton Brand is an 87 himself. So honestly, our starting 5 is pretty good. If we take a look at the entire NBA, D Rose is literally only behind Tim Duncan in overall wise. He's tied with LeBron and Kobe. At 23 years old, this dude is destined for greatness. LeBron James is going to go ahead and win another MVP. Kyrie will be the Rookie of the Year. Brook Lopez, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. D Rose will make the first team, almost averaging 38 and 9.5 assists a game. I have no idea how he did not win the MVP himself. Maybe the Bulls were not very good. He'll be alongside CP3, LeBron, KD, and Dwight Howard. Now, if we take a look at the NBA, Chicago was the 4 seed going 46 and 36. New York was the 1 seed in the East, and Utah again in the West. With Gilbert Arenas, Zach Randolph, Roy Hibbert. Derrick Rose is going to win his first ever scoring title, averaging 30 a game, followed by LeBron. Melo was up there, KD, and Chris Paul. Or maybe Cliff Paul if we're in the playoffs. And Derrick Rose has led the Chicago Bulls back to the finals for the first time since Jordan. We're up against the Jazz, who did win the title, I think, 2 years ago. They have a pretty good team, a 93 Gilbert Arenas, but we have probably maybe the best player in the world with Derrick Rose. And the Chicago Bulls are going to go all the way, sweeping the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals. And Derrick Rose already has a ring to his resume. Even before he grabs an MVP, he's led the Bulls back to the promised land, back to winning championships. Because obviously since Jordan left, it has not been good in the Windy City. But now the Larry O'Brien Trophy is presented to the Bulls yet again. As Rondo gets a ring, James Harden as well, in the Finals MVP to Derrick Rose. Who else would it be, honestly? D Rose dropped 29, 8, and 5 in the closeout game. And in the Finals, he's going to end up averaging 36 and 10. Absolutely insane numbers. Anthony Davis is going to go first overall to the Pistons. Bradley Beal to the Nets. Draymond will go to the Pacers. Damian Lillard to the Celtics. Now, after winning the title, Derrick Rose is up to a 97 overall. The best player in the entire world. Kobe obviously is a 95. Timmy's a 95 as well as LeBron. So 3 guys are still 2 overalls behind, and there's still much more room to grow. He's only 24 years old, not even hitting his prime yet. Finally, Derrick Rose is going to win his first MVP, averaging 38 and 10. Anthony Davis is the Rookie of the Year. Brook Lopez, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Obviously, D Rose is going to make the first team alongside Russ, KD, LeBron, and Bargnani. As the Bulls were the 2 seed in the East, winning 59 games. In the West, the OKC Thunder won 58. KD and D Rose are going to lead the NBA in scoring. So who would technically win the scoring title? I guess the person who won more games. KD and D Rose are going to have the exact same stat line for points. So who does the scoring title go to? The guy who played more games, which in this case would be D Rose. Well, we would end up getting dominated in the second round by the Washington Wizards of all teams. As OKC will go on and win the title, Kevin Durant is your finals MVP. Wizards actually made the finals somehow. They beat Miami in the conference finals. So Washington does have a 90 overall Steph Curry. I take back what I said, averaging 25 and 9. Giannis is going to go first overall to the Bobcats. Victor Oladipo will go to the Nuggets. Otto Porter to the Cavs. Rudy Gobert will fall all the way down to the Magic, probably because he gets played off the floor in the playoffs. D Rose is still going to be a 97 overall. Harden is up to a 92 already, entering the prime of his career. Derrick Rose is going to go back-to-back, winning another MVP, averaging 31 and 9. Giannis will be the Rookie of the Year. Dame, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Obviously, D Rose is going to make the first team. Chicago is going to be the 1 seed, going 55 and 27. In the West, it was the Portland Trailblazers, who have Sean Livingston, Chris Bosh is there, and the Bulls are going to lose a heartbreaking Game 7 defeat to the Celtics in the conference finals. As the Thunder will go back-to-back, winning another title. Russell Westbrook, your finals MVP. He was averaging 38 a game. Shout out to Russ, man. No triple-double, just strictly buckets. Stephon Marbury, Steve Nash, and Tim Thomas. Also, Chauncey Billups have all retired from the NBA. Well, Embiid is going to go first overall to the Milwaukee Bucks. Jokic will go to the Raptors. Zach LaVine to the Sixers. Andrew Wiggins to the Hornets. Aaron Rapper Gordon will go to the Nuggets. Julius Randle will fall all the way down to the Spurs. D-Rose is still sitting at a 97 overall. Harden 91. Rondo's up at an 88, so it looks like we've kind of peaked here. Hopefully, we can win at least a few more titles before a guy like James Harden could walk in the offseason. He's got 3 years left on his deal. He could leave in free agency very easily. Y'all know how flaky Harden truly can be. When he wants to leave, he's going to do whatever it takes to force his way out. D-Rose will three-peat in the MVPs. Nikola Jokic will be the Rookie of the Year. Brook Lopez, the sixth man, and LeBron, the DPOI. Kemba Walker actually made the first team, averaging 33 a game. Are you kidding me? He's only 24 years old in his fourth season in the NBA. The Bulls will be the 1 seed going 62-20. In the West, it was the Sacramento Kings with the same exact record. They have OJ Mayo on their squad. Blake Griffin's up to a 90. He is their best player. Kemba Walker is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 33 a game, followed by KD's 31. Paul George was up there, Derrick Rose, and James Harden. Yet again, the Bulls are back in the finals up against the Portland Trailblazers, who do have a 92 overall Boogie Cousins and a 91 Chris Bosh. And in Game 7 of the finals, the Bulls and D-Rose are going to pull it out here in Chicago as we beat the Trailblazers in a very, very close series, as we are going to collect our second ring in the Derrick Rose era here in Chicago. He's got 3 MVPs, 2 titles. He's already probably a top 25 player of all time. Hopefully, he will finish top 10 by the end of his career. He still has a good 10, 12 years left. And James Harden, no, he's not ringless. He's got 2 rings already. And the finals MVP will, of course, be Derrick Rose, the best player in the entire league. In the finals, D-Rose would average 32 and 10. Absolutely monster numbers. D'Angelo Russell is going to go first overall to the Timberwolves. Kristaps Porzingis to the Pacers. Karl Anthony Towns to the Sixers. And D-Book will go to the Magic. Now at 27 years old, somehow D-Rose actually went down to a 96 overall. He's got 2 years left on his deal. Hopefully he will re-sign. James Harden's got 2 years left as well, and he's a 91. Rondo's got 2 years left. So yeah, our championship window is definitely the next 2 seasons before all of these guys' contracts are up. Some of them might leave, some of them might stay, who knows. Kevin Durant is going to win another MVP. The Rookie of the Year will go to D'Lo, and LeBron, the DPOI. Derrick Rose will make the first team, averaging 31, 8, and 9. Alongside Russ, KD, AD, and Boogie Cousins, as the Bulls would be the second seed in the East, winning 56 games. The Pistons were the 1 seed with Klay Thompson. AD is there, Batum, LaMarcus Aldridge as well. In the Western Conference, OKC is going to dominate. The Bulls are back in the finals again for the second straight season, this time up against the Sacramento Kings, who honestly don't have a great squad outside of Blake Griffin, who's a 90 overall. We actually got a game here, 57 seconds remaining, 109-105, Game 7 of the finals. Let's hop in. All right, here we go. 57 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 109-105. Oh, James Harden free to the rack. Puts it home. And we got a 2-point game. 51 seconds remaining. Can the Kings respond? Let's see what Sacramento is going to do here. They're going to dribble it. Okay. Lob to Blake, and he throws it down. Blake Griffin. Lob City in Sacramento. Okay, where's D-Rose at? Is he on the floor? Derrick Rose is not even on the court right now. We got James Harden run the pick and roll. Easy lay. And we're back to a 2-point game. We're going back and forth here. Get Derrick Rose in the game unless he fouled out, which would be new to my knowledge. All right, Hollins running the pick and roll over to Blake in the post. Blake Griffin, turnaround fade? Hell no. He's going to post up Tristan Kardashian. What is he going to do here? 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnaround fade. Blake Griffin doesn't get it to go. And the Bulls call a timeout. I also just realized the game sound is probably way too loud for this video. I definitely apologize for that. I made sure to turn it down so it's not excessively loud. Here we go. Harden. Inbounds to Harden. He's going to run a pick and roll. He's going to ISO. We know James Harden is one of the best ISO players in NBA history. 7 seconds to go. Can he win it with a shot here? Driving to the lane. Step back. Pull up. No good, and the Bulls are going to lose to the Kings in the finals in Game 7. a heartbreaking defeat. Shout out to Harden, man. 49 points in Game 7, and we still could not get the victory. I guess Derrick Rose was injured in the final series. He didn't even suit up to play. Blake Griffin is going to win the finals MVP, averaging 25 a night. And Derrick Rose did not play a single minute after Game 3 of the finals, so that's probably why we went to 7 with that team. He was injured. He put up 44 in the last game he played. Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Ricky Davis have all retired from the NBA, as well as Vince Carter. Ben Simmons will go first overall to the Bucks, Brandon Ingram to the Pacers, Jaylen Brown to the Rockets, DeJounte Murray will go to the Celtics. D Rose now has fallen to a 95 overall at 28 years old. It looks like he is capped off here. Very good player. 1 year left on his deal. Also 1 year left on pretty much all of our starters. Anthony Davis will take home the MVP. Ben Simmons, the Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Evans, the sixth man. And LeBron, the DPOY. Now Derrick Rose will make the first team, averaging 27, 7, and 7. As the Bulls are going to miss the playoffs, going 39 and 43. How is that even possible after literally being one of the best teams in the NBA for the past like 4 years? Rondo's an 87, Harden's a 90. I mean, these guys had to have missed time because there's no way we missed the playoffs. And the OKC Thunder will go on and win the title yet again. Kevin Durant is your finals MVP. Donovan Mitchell is going to go first overall to the Pacers. De'Aaron Fox to the Warriors. Kuzma to the Clippers. Jason Tatum will go to the Suns. John Collins to the Wizards. Lauri Markkanen fell all the way down to the Rockets. Derrick Rose now is back up to a 97 overall, almost hitting 30 years old. He re-signed for 4 years. James Harden also is back. Rondo. We did lose Elton Brand, though. KD is going to win another MVP. Lonzo Ball will be the Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Evans, the sixth man. And LeBron, again, the DPOY. D Rose making the first team, averaging 32, 9, and 9. As the Bulls are going to have a rebound season. 49 wins, 33 losses, grabbing the 4 seed in the East. Washington was the 1 seed. And the OKC Thunder, of course, in the West. Now the Bulls are back in the NBA Finals, this time up against a very tough OKC team with a 94 KD, who's the MVP, and a 95 Russell Westbrook. Absolutely no surprise, as OKC will dominate us. Russell Westbrook is going to take home the Finals MVP, 33 and 8. Kobe and Derrick have both retired after 22 and 20 years in the NBA. Luka will go first overall to the Atlanta Hawks. DeAndre Ayton to the Sixers. Trae Young to the Rockets. Colin Sexton will go to the Clippers. Mo Bamba to the Celtics. Never swing the rock to the Spurs. Now Derrick Rose is a 96 overall. Harden has absolutely fallen off a cliff. He's only an 88 now at 29 years old. Still averaging like 29, 25 a game. Scoring very well. But Anthony Davis will win another MVP. Trae Young, the Rookie of the Year. And LeBron will take home another DPOY. Derrick Rose is going to make the first team. Great numbers again. 29, 8, and 7. As the Bulls again are going to miss the playoffs. They were the 10 seed going 37 and 45. The dynasty in Chicago could very well be over. And shout out the Pistons for going all the way, winning the title. AD is your finals MVP. Tracy McGrady, Jamal Crawford, Paul Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Kwame Brown have all retired. Also, D Wade is out of here only after 16 years. Ja Wick is going to go first overall to the Heat. Zion Fat Williamson to the Clippers. RJ Barrett to the Raptors. Kobe White will go to the Warriors. D Rose now is going to be a 96 overall at 31 years old. James Harden actually re-signed for 4 more years. Rondo has fallen off a cliff. He's down to a 79. Tristan Thompson is our backup center at an 81. Kevin Durant is going to take home another MVP. How many is that? He's got 5 to his resume and 4 titles, 2 finals MVPs. Definitely a top 5 player of all time in NBA history. Zion will be the Rookie of the Year. Jamal Murray, the sixth man. And Derrick Rose, the DPOY, also averaging 28, 9, and 9. He's going to make the first team alongside D-Lo, KD, AD, and Boogie, as Chicago is going to make the playoffs, going 43 and 39, grabbing the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Indiana Pacers will end up sweeping us in the second round, as the Sixers go all the way, winning the title. Kyrie is your finals MVP, averaging 31 and 12. LaMelo Ball is going to go first overall to the Magic. James Wiseman to the Spurs. Anthony Edwards to the Warriors. It seems like Derrick Rose now is kind of trailing off. He's down at a 94 overall. He is 32 years old, only 1 year left on his deal, so he could leave in the offseason. Hopefully he does, honestly. Ben Simmons is going to go on to win the MVP. The Rookie of the Year will go to LaMelo Ball, Jamal Murray, the sixth man, and Giannis, the DPOY. Derrick Rose still making the first team, averaging 26, 8, and 8. As the Bulls are going to sneak into the play-in, going 38 and 44 as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Thankfully, we did make the playoffs going through the play-in. We lost our first game, but won the second one, and now we play the Sixers in round number 1 as the 1 seed. And absolutely no surprise as they dominate us in 5 games. As the Celtics will go on and win the title, Paul George is your finals MVP as they swept the Kings. Evan Mobley will go first overall to the Pistons, Scotty Barnes to the Cavs, Cade Cunningham to the Hornets, Franz Wagner to the Warriors, Jalen Green will go to the Wizards, Josh Giddey will go to the Lakers alongside Drake, who obviously both of them are both Predators.
Certified pedophile.
So Derrick Rose did re-sign for 4 more years at $175 million. He's now a 93 overall at 33 old. Derrick Rose re-signed in the offseason for 4 more years. He's a 93 overall at 33 years of age. Luka is going to go ahead and win his first MVP. Cade Cunningham is the Rookie of the Year. Bob Howell is the 6th man, and Giannis the DPOY. Derrick Rose again is going to be on the first team, 28, 9, and 7. And the Chicago Bulls again are going to miss the entire playoffs. The 15 seed in the East going 20 and 62. As the Sixers go on and win the title, Kyrie again is the finals MVP. They defeat the Mavericks in 7 games. Paulo Banchero is going to go first overall to the Lakers. Keegan Murray will go to the Spurs. Chet Holmgren to the Bulls. So Derrick Rose does have an exciting new big man. Derrick Rose now is down at a 90 overall. 34 years old at the tail end of his career. I really cannot see him playing for too much longer, especially at a very high level. KD is going to win another MVP. Paulo Banchero is the Rookie of the Year. Giannis, the Defensive Player of the Year, as Derrick Rose will make the All-NBA 3rd team, averaging 23, 4, and 7. So a major step back from the prior season, and it's his first time in a very long time not making the first team. As the Chicago Bulls again are going to miss the entire play-in. They were the 15 seed, going 14 and 68. A .17 win percentage. That's absolutely awful. And the Rockets will go on and win another title. Trae Young, actually their first title. Trae Young is going to take home the finals MVP, averaging 23 and 8 as they defeated the Pistons in 6 games. LeBron James has retired after 20 years, all with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think my next video, honestly, will be making LeBron stay loyal for his entire career and see how that pans out. Derwin Banyama will go first overall to the Brooklyn Nets. Brandon Miller will go to the Wizards. Derek Lively to the Pels. Scoot Henderson to the Warriors. And Amen Thompson will go to the Bulls. D Rose has dropped down to an 88 overall. He is 35 years old, probably on the brink of retirement very soon. Harden's completely washed like he is in real life. Chet Holmgren's an 80. Amen Thompson only a 76, so I don't think they will grow in time for us to win another championship. Zion is going to go ahead and win the MVP. Victor Wet Bananas will be the Rookie of the Year. Colin Sexton, the 6th man, and Giannis, the DPOY. And for the first time in a very long time, no All-NBA team for D Rose, as he's only going to end up averaging 19, 4, and 7. So it looks like he's nearing the end here. And the Bulls again were the worst team in the East, going 14 and 68. And the Charlotte Hornets will go on and win the title. Giannis is your finals MVP as they defeated the Sacramento Kings. Alexander Sarr will go first overall to the Warriors. I don't really know anybody else in this draft class. Ron Holland will go to the Pacers. I heard it's one of the weakest, if not the weakest, in NBA history. Derrick Rose now is down at an 86 overall, so it doesn't look like there's any more winning happening here in Chicago, and not a lot of individual success for D Rose either. Zion is going to go ahead and win another MVP. Reed Shepherd is the Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, the 6th man, and Giannis, the DPOY, as D Rose is going to only end up averaging 15, 3, and 6 a game. As the Bulls again would absolutely suck, the worst team in the East, this time going 27 and 55. As the Milwaukee Bucks will go all the way, winning the title, Ben Simmons is your finals MVP. And that is going to do it for Derrick Rose's career. 100% healthy in the NBA. He played 17 full seasons up until he was 36. Obviously, for the last 2, he was kind of washed, but outside of that, he's going to end up averaging 26, 7, and 8 for an entire career, shooting almost 50, 40, 90. So he was very efficient, a great scorer, a great playmaker as well. But we take a look at his accolades. He's a 2-time champion, 3-time league MVP, and 2-time finals MVP. a 14-time All-Star, 12 times on the first team, and 1 time on the second team. He would end up finishing with the 7th most points in NBA history at 34,606. For triple-doubles, he was actually 4th all-time with 113. 50-point games, he was up there with 12. For 40-point games, 4th all-time with 122. And that is gonna do it, boys, for Derrick Rose's career. 100% healthy. What if he never got injured? And overall, I mean, he'll go down as a top 20 player all-time, 3 league MVPs, 2 championship finals MVPs as well. One of the all-time leading scorers in the league. A very successful career for D Rose. Oh, what could have been. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.